Well, here I am heading back into Ames. It is Friday, February 13th. The reason I'm coming to Ames tonight is going to be shooting some Cyclone Wrestling. So anyway, it's only about 5:25 p.m. Meet's not till 7, but I've never been to Hilton in this capacity before, so I want to get there early and figure out where the hell I'm supposed to go. So, welcome to another version of Pauly's Meet Day video, Cyclone Wrestling Edition. So here we go from under the bowels of Hilton. T-shirt cannon, in case you wanted to build one. Probably should have went the other way. Oh well. Here we are. If my watch was working, I'd tell you how close we were to start of the meet, but I haven't yet, so I have no idea. My watch is dead batteries and I cannot find my damn charger, so oh well. Well, I'm almost to Hilton. Just thought I'd get a little bit of this beautiful sunset over campus town. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Got my Aussie FUD going. But anyway, yeah, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to park or anything here, so I put the question onto the board to know if, like, just south of Center Street, if that's parking for donors or what the deal is, but I know I'm supposed to come in the east tunnel. Other than that, I don't know a whole hell of a lot. So anyway, that's what's happening right now. I can see my old dorm room in the distance, 8301 Emerson, Larch Hall. Back in the day, I had a big neon Budweiser sign that all could see south in my window. Well, they told me to come in here, so I'm gonna come in here. Beautiful place. So many memories here.
Dresser will have an opening statement, and then we'll open up for questions.
So some really good, individual performances tonight. I really thought there were some guys that went out there and they knew they were in big matches, and they responded and they competed well. And even at 125 and at 157, at 174, those were all matches that we probably weren't favored on paper. But those guys got themselves ready to go this week. I could see those guys this week just really get dialed into the training. Actually, we kind of started getting after it last Thursday previous, so about 8 days ago, we really started training hard. Gave them a couple days off after Oklahoma State, and those three guys especially really were dialed in. Ichim and Dia is always dialed in, younger, but those three guys had the tough matches, so those are the three matches that we didn't know what was going to happen. It's nice to win all three of those.
How good did it feel to see Steve-O come out on top?
Well, that guy's really, really tough, and he's kind of has the reputation of, you can obviously tell he didn't feel great. He's a big 125-pounder, and so if you're going to get that guy, you probably better get him off the scale, and we got him off the scale. But he's a tough customer. I think that guy, when he feels great, he's really good. But Steve-O is just really climbing right now. He's getting more confidence. He's putting more offense out there, and so I really like it. It's a great time of year to get this kind of confidence.
What kind of impact have guys like Steve-O and Vinny brought to this room?
Well, we're in the portal game and the transfer game, and obviously those guys were guys that came to us and in weight classes that we needed some shoring up at the time. It gave one of our really good true freshmen a chance to redshirt, and and actually another young guy to redshirt or to back up this year at 157. So the timing of it all was really good.
Can you talk about Vinny's match and then that call that was?
Well, that was a tough call either way. I could see both sides of it. I mean, sometimes being the referee, they get all the booing and the hissing, but sometimes being a referee isn't easy. I wouldn't have wanted to be in that situation. I could see him calling the 3, and I could see him not calling the 3. So, I'm going to have the referees back on that one. And we were on the right side of the call, but we've been on the wrong side of those calls too. So, that's how it goes sometimes.
Coach, your thoughts on MJ's performance? I know on Tuesday you talked about him being really focused coming off of the road trip. Did you see more of that in his performance?
I did. I saw a more focused guy since we got back. And MJ's a guy that, just to be quite frank, loses focus easy. But when you get him focused and you get him dialed in and you spend a lot of time with him, and I think our coaching staff, our assistant coaches did a great job really kind of holding him accountable since we got back from Oklahoma with the details of his weight and just his training and what time you go to bed at night. He doesn't do well with those a lot of the times, to be quite honest. And so he needs some help. And so the coaches did a great job getting him ready.
Can you talk about how you felt about the overall team's performance and how they responded since the last time?
Pretty good, I thought. You didn't know how they were going to respond exactly. I mean, Jacob Frost, I take my hat off to him. There's no secret 2 weeks ago when we were in the Oklahoma State tour there that Evan was really sick, and of course we brought him on the road hoping that he was going to get better. He didn't get better. He was sick the whole time, and as would have it, Jacob was his roommate, and Jacob got sick when he got back. So Jacob was sick until early this week, and you could see that he really felt it out there tonight. So I take my hat off to him. Sometimes you got to go to work when you don't feel great, and he had to go to work tonight and he didn't feel great. So I think that toughness carried a long ways in this sport and in life.
Can you talk about the decision to not have Evan, Isaac Dean, and Rocky Elam not wrestle tonight?
Isaac Dean dinged up his knee in Oklahoma. He's probably out for another week. Evan is still coming off the sickness, got a little heavy, which he gets heavy. And Rocky, like I said, we kind of have been on a pitch count all year. The plan is for both those guys to wrestle. Isaac Dean will not wrestle probably on Sunday, but those other 2 guys will be ready to go.
And then how big to see someone like Aiden Riggins step up and go in at that weight that's just, 2 weights above
2
his?
weights above, yep. Aiden Riggins, man, I love that guy. What a competitor. He would do anything that you asked him to do. You always want really coachable athletes, and man, that guy is special. He's coachable. He probably dinged up his knee pretty good tonight fighting that one hold off, but there you got a 165-pounder wrestling against a really good, strong 184-pounder. So I take my hat off to him.
What are you looking for from your team from now until Sunday night?
Just making sure that we're rested and we're ready to go. We got to get home. We got to, we're going to work out again tomorrow at 1. We got to manage weight. We got to do all those details, and we got to be ready. You and I comes to town, and whether we go there or they come here, they want to win, and so we got to match that.
And then, Coach, hopping back into a Jacob Frost match, you seem what exactly happened with Jacob Frost with his, he got a little.
Yeah, he got a cut. He's, I think I just came by the trainer room, he's getting stitched up right now, so he's probably going to have to put a couple stitches or staples in his head. Sometimes that happens. I don't know if he caught an elbow or a tooth or what, but yeah, we had to get the bleeding to stop, and that's what we did.
And then how exciting is that guy was able to finish and even win? And
who is that?
How excited, Jacob Frost, how excited is it?
Well, I could tell his fuel tank was close to E, so we didn't need to wrestle anymore because he was on E from just all the sickness that he had.
How big is it the way that CJ Carter's been able to fill in those spots when Rocky Elam doesn't go out there?
Well, they had a guy slated to weigh in at 197 who's a real tough customer, and I don't know what happened. Maybe he was sick, whatever. We were expecting a guy named Lawrence, and so that was their backup. And so CJ's had to take a few this year because he's been the backup, and he got a chance to get out there and show his stuff, and it was great to see him put it on him.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, gang.
Thank you. Vinny, you got a huge upset win. What are your thoughts on your performance?
I think I can wrestle a lot better, but a win's a win, and I'm pretty happy about that. Just try not to get too high or too low, and I'm just pretty excited to get a good win under the column.
Steve, really the same question for you. You know, bouncing back after Oklahoma State, what was your mindset coming into this match?
First off, I don't want to say that Fitty's match was a huge upset. I think he easily could have won that. But yeah, for me, bouncing off Oklahoma State, I mean, Dresser says these are all practice matches, so just treating it as another practice match.
You know, this is a question for both of you guys. So Vinny, you're right after Jacob. Did you have an idea what happened in his match with like when he came back afterwards?
No, I don't watch any match before mine. I kind of just stay in a quiet room and I just go out there whenever I'm about to be up. So I don't think of what happened before me. To me, I don't care what happens to like my teammates. Like I try not to play into that. So if like when Steve won, I don't celebrate. I don't get sad. Like if he would have lost, I wouldn't have got sad. Yeah, I don't know.
And then Steve, did you hear anything at all when he came back into the locker room? Did you?
I was there. I don't know. Did something happen?
I mean, it looked like. I mean, I will ask Coach about it, but it looked like he did have like blood on his face a little bit. I wonder if anything happened when he came back to the locker room. If you guys heard.
I think he just got cut up.
Yeah, he seems pretty happy right now, so he's all good.
All right. Yeah. Sorry.
We're nearing March, obviously the most exciting part of the season, but how good does it feel to see where this team is at and really where you guys are at getting near, the end of your careers?
Yeah, we're continuing to build. We've got a few more weeks left. I think our practices have been a lot more intentional, just working on not just 10 guys, but, for me, I'm just really working on what I need to improve on in this last month, and I think it's going to show.
Steve, you were 0-4 against Strickenberger previously in your career. How much does an early takedown like that kind of build confidence for the rest of the match?
Yeah, a couple of those times I lost, I had also gotten an early takedown and let it slip, whether it was the third period or overtime. So just making sure to stay on the offense this time and seal the deal.
What's your next 48 hours look like? You and I on Sunday, walk us through that process and getting back down the week.
Pretty much as soon as I walk off the mat, just putting that match in the past and focusing on Sunday. So whether it's, weight management or recovering for my body.
Did you learn anything about yourself being able to finally, get over that, the hump and finally get that win over him?
I think it's just a testament to my training. I've talked about all year improving my gas tank, and going out there, I knew that that's something that guy lacks. So I think, the points kind of met, and it went well.
All right, thanks guys.
Thank you guys.